Hello everyone, my name is Nikita Mahlich, the English mentor, and today we're going to discuss third conditional in real life. We'll try to understand how to use this a little bit complex structure in everyday life. You ready? Then let's get started. So, let's have a conversation between two people. And he said, he told her, yes, they having conversation. What would you have done if you had started meditating earlier? What would you have done in the past if you had started meditating earlier in the past? And she answers, I would have left my job earlier. I would have left my job earlier. So it is a if I had started meditating earlier, I would have left my job earlier as well. So why we use this like would have, done, had, so many like would have, like why so many like these grammatical unusual structures. So let's try to understand why. Because this is a third conditional. This is a correct grammar statement of third conditional. And let's understand when we use it, okay? At first, before going into deep in structure, let's understand the situations that we use. Maybe we don't, you can analyze right now, you don't use this situation a lot or at all in your life. Maybe you don't need this structure. Why to waste time right now? So we use this structure when we have imaginary or hypothetical situations in the past. Yes. So what would you have done? Yes, long time ago. It's like hypothetical. Yes, if you had started meditating earlier, it's again we just imagine that something would have been different in the past. Yeah. So, and let's try to distill to get the formula from it. We understand when, now let's try to get the formula. So what we have, let's start from if, as you know, condition. We have if when you had started, it's what? It's past perfect, right? Earlier. And then we have the second part, we have, for example, would, yes? Would have, and what we have verb in the third form, yes, would have done. Here the sentence is a little bit swapped, you remember, yes, that we can swap the parts. Yes, here we have would have done, would have, third form, and then we have if plus past perfect if you had started meditating earlier. So one thing I would love you to be conscious and cognizant about is that we use comma when we start with if clause. Yes, part with if, we call it if clause, part of a sentence, and make clause. Clause means part of a sentence which consists of noun and predicate, doer and the action. So here we use comma, but when we swap it, when we have main clause in the beginning and then if clause, we don't use comma. You see, no comma here. Okay. And one more thing, I would love you to remember that unless means if not. It's very important to remember if you see it. So, I suppose it's understandable through the structure, yes, past perfect would, and actually have plus verb in the third form or ed if it's regular, we call it perfect infinitive. Yeah, you probably heard it as well. So let's go and discover more examples. I also encourage you to write more examples in the comments. For example, unless I had gone through Mind Valley, I wouldn't have launched my business. Yes. unless I had gone. Yes, unless what means if not. Yes, so unless I had gone, we can change it as if I hadn't gone. Yes, it's the same. We can write here, if I try, we can write if I hadn't gone. It means the same, yes, if I hadn't gone. Unless taking the negative part. Through my value, I wouldn't have launched my business. So if the situation hadn't happened in the past, I wouldn't have created my business in the past as well. So two actions in the past. Remember, we need to have the same tense if we talk about third conditional. Of course, we can change it. We can change it and make here, for example, now, but it will be mixed conditional, which is the next stage of your journey. Then, next one. I would have been much richer 2 years ago if I had disrupted my abundance blocks earlier. Yes? So I would have been richer if I disrupted, yes, destroyed this abundance blocks. For example, I worked at like limiting beliefs. I worked with Christy Marie Sheldon, actually at Mind Valley as well. So I would have been richer because I wouldn't have had, yes, those limiting beliefs. So very simple, would have, verb in the third form, and past perfect. That's it. So guys, I also want you to ask a question, write the answer below. What would have been different in your life if you had started learning English earlier? Thank you so much. Have a spellbinding day full of epiphanies. It was me, Nikita Machlich, the Englishman, and see you soon. Bye bye. All the best.